everyone, it's Layna here, moving into a restorative practice that doesn't take too long actually. It'll be super awakening, enlivening, refreshing, and it's going to focus mainly on hips, but we'll do some other stuff too, okay? If you have stuff, bolsters, blankets, blocks, straps, helpful. If you don't have them, no big deal. Pillows, they work just as well. So let's begin in a totally lying down on your belly position, okay? So lay flat out, which is sometimes nice also if you lay flat to put a blanket or a towel underneath where your hips go. It's super, super comfortable. So once you lay yourself out, bring your elbows into a cactus shape. Elbows directly out from shoulders. Adjust as needed. Then slide your right knee along the floor towards your right elbow. You can, even if you're on a blanket, it's nice to land it right there so it's really comfortable for your inner knee bone. And then just settle into it. And we'll begin this way with your head turned towards the same side that the knee is bending. It's the more gentle version. Close your eyes and settle in, right? Notice where you're still kind of gripping or holding any tension in your body. And it really does take a conscious effort to release that. So become aware of it, search it, and then let it go. And as you're holding this, get a sense of melting your inner right thigh down towards the floor, almost like a very gentle pressure is pushing down on your right hip. So not effortful, just more of a surrender type feeling. And as you work that, feel free to keep your head in this direction, or for more of a bigger twist, lift your head and turn your head the other way, the opposite way that your knee is bending. Take your last couple moments and send your breath more into the back side of your body. Now to slide out of this, just push up a little bit, slide your leg back, and no surprise here, try the other leg. Slide your left knee toward your left elbow. We'll start with head turned towards that same direction that your knee is coming to. Try to let your inner ankle, inner thigh, all that stuff melt down. Release any tension in your shoulders, your neck, your face. It usually takes several rounds of doing that to actually let all of it go. So you got to start somewhere, right? Little by little. And if your neck needs that switch, lift and switch towards the other side. Last deep breath into your back, and on your exhale, just sink as deep into this one as you can, like that imaginary pressure on your outer hip, pressing straight down. Now, as you come up, slide your left knee back, rise, and sit all the way up into a kneeling position just for a second and feel it out. It's like usually this rush. It's nice. This next piece, take your bolster blanket combo, bring it right at the front of your mat, send your knees out, big toes together, so supported version of child's pose. And this could also be a ramp, right? Throw a block under there. Lots of fun ways you can do it. So once you get your bolster scooched in, walk forward and lay right on top of the bolster tower that you've created. You can put your arms somewhere comfortable as well, really anywhere. You'll know. You can try a couple different things till it feels right. And if the bolster needs to be higher or even lower, right, somewhere you're just absolutely the most comfortable, that's where we want to go. Close your eyes and breathe in towards your back, towards your hips. And what's nice about having your whole torso rest onto something is you can feel heartbeat, feel breath, hear your breath. Very grounding. It's a nice way to calm any tension, ease anxiety. Really, really nice. Move your head to the other side. As you take your last deep breath, neutralize your neck, walk your hands back, coming out nice and slow. Okay, and again, just sit for a second, close your eyes, feel the effect. Okay, let's move this bolster. We'll use it again, just push it away a little bit, swing around so you're in a seated position. Now, send your legs kind of like into a wider V, not all the way out. We're going to go there next, but just a little bit. Bend your left knee and bring the sole of your foot inside your right thigh. Now, if in this bent knee, you feel like there's kind of pressure, put a block underneath your knee so it's not all the way down. Feels really good. Now, lift and turn towards the straight leg. You can have your bolster nearby. It's nice to rest on. Hold on the inside of the straight leg. And if you're like me and it's like, oh, it's not high enough, or whatever, right? Some poses are different. Just keep building a tower until your head can comfortably rest. And you'll find that as each breath keeps going, there's the sense of being able to shift really subtly with every breath, maybe just a millimeter deeper than the last one, but
over time, it really does make a significant difference. So every exhale, scoot yourself a little bit more forward and a bit more down. Take one more very nice big breath on this side here. And truly do go a little deeper forward and down. Yeah, okay, and then come up, but always slow, right? Slow transition. Good. Same, but on the other side. I need to just move that out of the way a little bit. Straighten the other leg. I really like that block under there, just happy knees. Take your tower that's inside the straight leg. Might need to be higher or lower, depending on usually both hips and hamstrings aren't always the same. But do turn to your straight leg and then fold. And as you're breathing into this one, also notice that it's a hamstring stretch for sure, but it is also moving to the low back, which is QL muscles and supportive muscles for your spine, all the muscles that connect your back ribs to your back hips. So as you're turning and folding deeply, it's fun to push your breath into those lower spaces, right between ribs and hips. And as we near the last few breaths, if you haven't been making moves to go a little bit deeper each breath, use these last couple to do so. As always, exit slowly, rise back up. Neutral neck, neutral spine, let it settle. Now, a combination into a wider leg straddle. Blocks probably off to the side. We will still use our bolster though. So now, send the legs into a nice wide straddle position. And once you get as wide as you can get, bring it in like a little bit, 1/2 inch to 1 inch, so that the inner knee ligaments aren't being strained at all. Just a little bit makes a big difference. Now grab your bolster, scooch it right up inside the inner thighs as close as you can scooch it. Yeah. And you may even just start on elbows. Great place to start. It's really nice to have your belly supported on this one. So it's kind of like I'm just trying to lift up and over. And start at any angle. If you feel like your toes are flopping in a little bit, just actively try to roll them, but then let them relax. And as always, after a few breaths go by, there's usually some wiggle room. So continue moving into a deeper version as your body asks. If you do make it all the way down so that your head is on the bolster, you can always move your neck at will. If you haven't tried going a little bit farther into it, some length in spine and a nice fold. Try going just a smidge deeper for your last few moments. Okay, slowly come up. And we'll keep our bolster where it is. Just little by little, scooch back so that you can bring the legs a bit closer. Hands behind you, kind of just like you're at the beach. You can wiggle, waggle your knees side to side. Okay. Now this last piece, it's one of my favorites. It's a really chill version of a twist. So start scooching one side of your hips all the way to your support. Yeah. Knees stacked, or you can even have like a blanket or pillow between the knees. Feels really good. So once your side hip is scooched up right against the bolster, turn your torso to the bolster and crawl down. So it's a really nice supported twist. Now we'll start head in the same direction as your knees. So turn your head that way. And just notice what you feel in your spine, right? It's pretty awesome to get all of the support all the way from the bottom of your spine to the very top. And you can stay right here or add your neck or try it, right? So lift your head, spin it all the way to the other side, which makes it more of a full twist. But if that is not okay on your neck, you just stay in the other version. If you did turn your head all the way, scooch it so it's now again the same way as your knees are going. Even slower. Let's take a more of like a side lay on your bolster before we come all the way out of that twist. And let your head rest on your bicep or make a little pillow by bending it behind you. And let's do the same on the other side. So slowly press up. Keep the bolster right where it is. Just scooch around. turn towards the bolster and lay right on top of it. And always we'll start with the head and neck facing the same way as your knees, a little bit more gentle. And if you'd like to move your head the other way for the full version, lift and shift, head the opposite way as your knees. If you did turn your neck, return it to the first direction. Slowly, sideline position, scooch. Turn the side of your rib cage onto the bolster and make a pillow. Hang out here for just a few moments. And gently press your way up. You can keep your bolster exactly where it is. Scooch your low back right onto it. And lay all the way back. Now for this last position, we'll just rest here. So anywhere with your arms, anywhere with your legs. If you feel like you need a bit more inner thigh work, bring the soles of your feet together and your knees open so your inner thighs stretch. Wherever you choose to finish, have it feel really, really comfortable. Let your body ingest all of that beautiful information and truly heal.